welcome back to the truck. Tonight we are going to actually be doing an actual jewelry piece because I've got metal waiting for me at home, so I don't feel bad about using the rest of this, which this is literally only my arm span, so maybe a yard if you want to go fabric measurements, which this is not, so it's weird. Why would I say that? Anyways, so I only have a little bit of metal left, as you can see. This is from the 20 foot of metal that I got. So my plan tonight is doing some crescents. So basically just a bent semicircle wire with 3 dangling wires that I'm going to forge out 2 sides and then twist in the middle. Literally just twisting that single piece, seeing what it does. So we're going to be doing a test piece to see how much length I lose and whether or not it actually will do that kind of twisted pattern that I'm looking for. So let's start with that. Alright, so that hasn't really worked. I got the 2 flat parts at the very least, so that part works. But it's not really twisting. And I feel like if I keep doing it, it's just gonna rip these 2 pieces off. So maybe a different design. So if I did them all twisted, so the crescent twisted and each of the things twisted with 2 wires instead of just the 1, because I think I could do it if I squared out the wire. If I squared out the wire and made it into a square and then twisted it, then I think that would work. But I think these wires are too thin for me to do that with. But I'm gonna try it with the 2 wires first. so now we have this piece, which is going to be the arch there. Then we have 3 smaller pieces that I'm going to flatten out the ends for. So let's do that. Alright, so basically what I have to figure out is how to get holes into these that I can then fit wire like loops. So I'm gonna solder loops to the end of this and put these through the holes, or put it through the holes of these, that one. So let's figure that out. So my first thought, which was to kind of draw out the metal so that it'd get a little thinner, but I don't feel like I can do that very accurately. So especially with a big hammer like this, I need a smaller hammer. But even with a smaller hammer, I don't think I could do that out accurately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make loops now. So I'm going to make a loop for each of the dangles, and then a loop, 3 loops for the half circle, and I'm just going to loop them together like that. I'm going to solder them to, basically I'm going to solder them to each of the stems, and then I'm going to loop through the ones that I'm soldering to the actual half moon piece. Hopefully that made sense. So let's do that. So this came out. Now all I need to do is I'm going to clean up the seams and make sure that they are actually soldered. And then I'm going to solder the top piece. So let's do that. Alright, well, I think that settles it for this week. It came out pretty nice. I can't wait to finish it, get the loop up here, and get the second one done, and then clean both of them up. That's what we're going to be doing next week. I'm going to do up a second one, maybe cut out a little bit more footage, because you already saw me make this one, and then do a cleaning on both of them, and then they'll be done. And I think they'll look nice. Yeah. I think it's a little big. What do you guys think? So, that does end it for this episode, just because it is getting long. So, I hope that you all enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next couple of weeks, because I finally got some metal in, and I hope that you all join me for my Facebook Lives, Knitting with Metal. That's going to be the secondary live show, I guess, on this channel. So, any of the important links are down in the description. My website, my Etsy, all of that stuff is down in the description. If you want to take a look, I am still selling things on my website, previous projects. I've got a couple of other projects coming up. They're in the works right now. So I'm really excited because I've got new metal, I've got new projects to do, and I think they're going to come out really nice. So, again, I hope that you all enjoyed the episode, and if you could just share so that I can get out a little bit more traction on this channel. And thank you for joining Pendragon's Twisted Metals, and have a wonderful evening.